Sorry, go ahead. What was that?
What are we starting on?
I actually started the broadcast, so now it's recording.
Okay, got you.
Perfect.
So we're live.
Yep.
Shows on the top right corner. We're live now, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I see that.
Sweet. Okay. Does somebody already have the stuff pulled up? I don't have it pulled up yet, but.
Oh, hold on, I got it. You mean in on the? Yep. There's two posted photos in mine.
Okay.
Are you talking about the individual examples?
I'm talking about the outline that we have to fill out.
Hold on.
But I
Let me
can
go
pull it
get
up. Just
that.
gotta get Island.
I did have Island up.
The group activity thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, things super slow. Sorry.
Okay, let's see.
Why did it not load?
Template. Here we go. It's almost there. It's just like.
It's this thing, right? This one here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the one.
All right. So what do we do for names of all those who participated? Us three that are on here, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So it's Michelle, Michele, or two L's? Two L's. Michelle. What's your last name, Michelle? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Spencer, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Would you hear me? I think Michelle dropped off, right?
Yeah, and then there was two.
Yeah. And it's Spencer. What's your last name, Spencer?
Hansen, Hansen.
Okay. All right. The link we'll need later. All right. So our example. All right. Well, I guess, should we wait for Michelle, or should we just start
Post
on it?
my and if nothing happens, we just go.
All right.
And I'm sure she can join in.
She lost her internet connection, she said.
Oh, great.
So yeah, there will be two of us, it looks like.
Okay, well then this will go quick.
All right. Yeah. Probably our quickest meeting yet, huh?
Yep.
Oh, she's back.
Big money.
All right.
There she is. Hey, Michelle.
So the last way internet was seriously sad.
Okay,
All right, so
What
we're
did
just
I
going to
miss?
talk about our examples. I didn't actually post my example in the doc. I can copy and paste it real quick.
I didn't. I switched computers and I'm having issues trying to find the old docs on my new computer, and it's not tied to my Google Docs for some reason. So,
Okay.
You want to send you the link back out for it so you can do it?
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I have it saved on my computer, so I could post it to the chat. I could post it to Google Docs. Whatever if you could send me a link, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste from them.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, I should put it like this.
There we go.
All right. Let me
Is that easier?
Yeah, that should work. Why is it? It says I have to request access. Let me try my other one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm curious. I wonder if Olu has to be the one that gives you access because he's the one that created the doc.
So do we need to go create a new one?
We might need to. Is he the one that said that he's probably dropping the course?
Yeah, he did.
I just figured that's who it was.
Because he's already got credit for it or something. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah. We'll have to create a new one then.
Okay. So I'll figure out how to do that.
Yeah, but just for now, why don't you just post your example in the chat so we can read along as you talk about it? That should be fine.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back into wherever that was. Porter put his down. Hold on. Do you want me to paste his as well?
Hey,
Sure.
yeah, sorry. Because I logged into my other one, I had to log out of this one. Okay, I think I'm good now.
There you go.
All right. I got the Google Doc and I got the link, and I think we're okay. So
There you go. Mine's the top one.
Okay.
Then it's Porter's. So mine says examples of. Hold on. Give an example that illustrates an implied in fact contract. And hold on. I said, okay. A patient sets an appointment to see a medical provider. By setting an appointment, the patient understands that his intention to seek medical treatment infers or implies that in exchange for services rendered, he will pay reasonable and customary fees for the medical provider, the doctor. This is an implied in fact example, even though nobody spoke any words of agreement. Both parties essentially agreed to the same thing and acted in accordance. This also falls under the ideology of mutual consideration. In a legal setting, the court would have high probabilities of measuring this case on the matter of fact level and therefore implied. Only if the patient refused payment for service after they were rendered will he be in breach of the contract, an implied contract. That's my example.
That was good. That was a good one.
Do you want me to read Porter's?
yeah.
Okay. Rocky and his girlfriend Lizzie are having a relaxing time at his home on a Friday night. Way to go, guys. And they both start to get hungry. So John, okay, hold on. So Rocky and his girlfriend Lizzie are having a relaxing
Yeah, I don't know where John came in.
Who's John? Okay, so someone
Maybe Papa John.
orders pizza. In the call, he is making an agreement to pay the pizza boy when he gets there with the pizza. Both parties agreed. Maybe he's thinking Papa John. Who knows? Both parties agreed that the pizza would be paid for when it gets to the home. Wow, there's a triangle there. I don't know what, but
Yeah, I think he messed up on the. I think he messed up. Maybe he was talking about Papa John's pizza or something.
Yeah, Papa John's
Yeah.
pizza. They'll get hungry, so they order Papa John's pizza.
Real quick, Spencer, is this link? If I copy this link, is this the one that I put in there? Is it gonna be a different one once it's done recording?
I think it's a different one actually. So once I start recording, I will copy it and then just email you the link and just put it
in there. Sounds good.
So
Right,
copy
so-
and paste.
Yeah, I'll read you mine real quick since I'm here. Let's assume that I'm hired to wash my neighbor's car for 2 months straight. Each Saturday morning for the first month, I wash his car without any problems. Each Saturday evening, I go to his house and he pays me for my services rendered. However, on the first Saturday of the second month, I go over on Saturday morning and clean his car. But when I return on Saturday evening, he says, I'm not going to pay you.
Ooh.
While nothing was ever in writing, this is considered an implied in fact example because I completed my end of the bargain and therefore he must complete his.
Yep.
End.
Good.
Perfect. So then mine is Jim lives in New York City and has an important business meeting on the other side of town. He calls a cab to receive transportation to his meeting. The cab driver pulls over. Jim gets into the car. The cab driver the destination of the ride, and they head off to the meeting. This is an example of an implied in fact contract because there was no written agreement for the contract between the cab driver and Jim. The cab driver was aware of the agreement when Jim entered the cab, and Jim is also aware of the terms of the contract. It was by their actions or conduct that the contract was formed.
Cool.
Good.
Very good. So who are we using?
Any of them are fine. I think they're all good.
Yeah, we all pretty much had just different examples.
We've used my example before, so I say we use someone else's.
I say we use mine. I don't know, but
Okay. Deal.
Sounds good.
What's the
Didn't take a ton of convincing on my part. All right. So now I copy the example. Let me copy it and paste it over here to the assignment.
So why were we meeting tonight instead of tomorrow?
I think someone couldn't make it tomorrow, and then we were trying to get it tonight. But I think someone else couldn't make it tonight. So
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Me neither.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, I needed it later. I wanted it
Oh,
later.
was it 9:15?
Yeah, I have an appointment for work at 5:30, and I didn't know if I'd be home in time. So I wanted it later, and someone couldn't do later. So that's why we switched it
That
to
was
the
me.
night.
9:15 was like.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's
Okay,
okay.
so explanation of example.
The second part she wrote is
Yeah,
Yeah.
because nothing was in writing. In a legal setting, this falls under the implied. I'm just gonna copy your second paragraph.
What, both parties essentially agreed to the same thing?
Yeah, I mean,
And acted in accordance? Yeah. It was inferred, implied.
I'm just gonna use the second paragraph and put that for the explanation. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think that's
good.
Okay. All right. So quiz question. Okay, we did this wrong last week. Did you guys see the?
Yeah, for some reason, Olu wanted to add another wrong answer.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he did. But yeah, we just need 3 wrong answers.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So
Okay.
let
So
me
we
go
have to
back
come
here.
up with a question. So the question would be using an example that isn't, or is that too easy? Like, you could say, because isn't the premise of what we're doing, the example is that services are rendered, even though there's no contract. So you could say that, Michelle entered into a contract with Verizon for 2 years to purchase a phone. That would be one. You could say which ones of these is not is not an example of implied in fact contract. So you could use all the other contract types
Yeah, that would work.
as answers. Like you could do which one is not, which of the following are not implied in fact contracts. So then we could use other contract types. Does that make sense? Or am I?
No, yeah, I get you. I'm just gonna get the book open again so I can see what other.
No, I think I left my book there. Oh yeah, it's in my house. I'm raised in the house. And I'm like, my phone died. The texts were coming in. I'm like, oh no, it's 8 o'clock. Like I ran in the house. And my book is in my car.
The only thing is, if with the phone company, wouldn't it be a written contract?
Yeah. So we want to choose ones that. Oh, so that would be which one of the examples are not? Is not. Okay, so we'd have to do ones that were.
Well,
So that would
it
be
would
the
be hard
right
to find
answer.
it would be hard to find a correct answer for that one, right?
Yeah, because the correct answers would be, hang on, give an example that illustrates an implied in fact contract. So we could do examples that, so what I was saying was, of the examples below, which one is not an in fact contract, implied in fact contract? So all we would have to do is come up with two examples that were it and one that isn't.
So the correct answer would be this is not an implied contract.
Yeah. Of the following examples, which is not an implied in fact contract?
So we just need to
that,
think of 3 implied and then 1
yeah,
express contract.
yeah.
The express contract would be the correct answer.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put Mary entered a contract with Verizon to purchase a cell phone with a 2-year agreement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I need to put more than that or no?
I'm curious if we might need to specify more if it was a written agreement in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Entered into a written agreement, a written 2-year contract for services. You should sign on it, read it, and agree to it. So that would be written.
Okay.
The contractor and the contractee.
All right. So you know what? Let me go back to the Google
But it would
Doc.
be implicit.
I'm gonna share my screen again.
Sure.
Can you hear me when I'm talking right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Mary entered a written 2-year contract with Verizon to purchase a cell phone
Oh, wow.
for her business.
He's so bad. So he's ready for this. I'll touch my toes. I know you already said something. Or get ready for this thing.
Which of the following answers are correct?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of class. Please don't swing that around. Can you hang it up in your room? Otherwise, you won't have a dress for the wedding.
Is that better?
Let me see. Mary needed to do a 2-year contract with Verizon to purchase a cell phone for the business. Yep.
So I would say this is not an
Implied.
implied contract.
Implied in fact contract. I guess we should use the right language.
An implied what?
Implied in fact. I-N
Oh, yeah.
F-A-C-T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the answer is going to be because there is a written
Agreement between two parties.
agreement.
Yeah.
This is not considered
Implied.
an implied in fact contract agreement.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about, so wrong answer number 1. This is an implied contract because she agreed verbally. She only agreed verbally with the verbally. How do I spell verbally?
V-E-R-B-A-L-L-Y. B-A-L-L-Y.
She only agreed verbally with the sales representative. Is that good?
Yeah. That looks good.
Does inferred in fact mean you don't, well, yeah, like my example, you don't even have to speak. It's sort of like, what's the word? I can't think of it. It's like the culture of something. You just know that that's the way it goes. You know, you go to the doctor and fix you up. Or the dentist, or don't know. That won't make it too complicated.
How's that?
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
I
Alright,
didn't
so
see it. You're going too fast. Take a look.
Oh, you can't see the page, Joe? This is I put this is incorrect because there was a written contract signed at the time of purchase.
Yeah, you're going fast, and I only saw parts of it.
Is it not on it right here?
No, because it keeps disappearing. It's like, okay, hold on. This isn't great because, okay, got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So wrong answer number 2. What can we say?
Let's see. Do we want to try and add any of the other types of contracts just to throw them off at all, or?
We can.
We could,
So-
but wouldn't that make it a right answer though? Because we want them to find an example that is not implied in fact.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they
that's a
would
good
end up
point.
having 2 answers, but the rest of the answers would have to be an implied in fact example. But you could tweak it so that it almost sounds like one of the others.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's out? So we're up to answer number 2. Wrong answer
Yeah.
number 2. So what are we going to use for that example? What's another example of implied
How
in
about
fact?
due to the fact that there was a written agreement?
No, because you don't have to have a written agreement and an implied in fact contract.
Well, that's why it's a wrong answer.
Oh, this is an implied in fact contract due to the fact that there was a. Hold on, now I'm confused.
So someone who doesn't understand what an implied in fact contract is might say yes to this question.
Okay, so the wrong
Because-
answer would be that we're giving an example of an implied in fact contract. So we have to find something that is not an implied in fact contract. So what they would be looking at for answers that were wrong would be great examples of implied in fact contracts. And then the right answer is actually the one that isn't an implied in fact contract, which is the written.
Correct. We're asking which of the following answers are correct.
Okay.
And so our correct answer is that it is not an implied in fact contract. So an
Okay.
incorrect answer would be this is an implied in fact contract because there's a written agreement. So someone who doesn't truly understand what an implied in fact contract is may think this is the right answer because there's a written agreement.
Oh, gotcha.
Make sense?
Yes, now I get where you're coming from. Makes better sense. Oh,
Is that okay? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's good.
okay, so
Great.
wrong
Sorry.
answer feedback. No problem. Wrong answer feedback.
Sorry.
It's all right, not a problem. Wrong answer feedback. I'm gonna put a written agreement cannot be an implied in fact contract. Good?
Oh, yeah.
Although would that about be one word? Oops. All right. Good.
Yep.
All right. Wrong answer number 3.
Okay. What else?
Could we say that this is? Oh no, because I'd basically be restating wrong answer number 2.
Maybe you're right about using another example for a type of contract.
I mean, because we have a whole bunch to choose from.
I mean, would our answer?
We just need it to be a wrong answer to that type of contract.
Yeah, that we just got to make sure that it's not confusing. because I guess a lot of these could still be considered in and of themselves implied in fact contracts. Because a lot of these examples don't specifically say there's a written contract. So yeah, it might get a little too confusing.
Whoops. Let's see.
How about this? How about this written contract will be held up in court due to the fact that it is an act because, or this written contract will not be held up in court because it is actually an implied in fact contract.
I knew you were going to say that. I was just about to say something like that. I'm like,
So it's
okay,
like kind of the right answer, but it's the wrong reason for the right answer.
right, because based on the summation that I put, in a legal setting, the court would have high probabilities of, hold on, measuring this case on the matter-of-fact level and therefore implied. Only if the person was to refuse payment for the services after they were rendered, he will then be in breach of his contract.
Although it is kind of similar to the second question we have.
This agreement will not be held up in court because it is actually an implied in fact contract. It sort of is, and it's only if they breach the contract by not rendering payment or something, or not getting the services for them. Could say that it wouldn't be held up in court, but then you'd have to figure out what the breach would be. Thank you.
What do you think, Spencer?
I think it's a great point.
I think it's good.
Sorry, Spencer, go ahead.
This is actually an implied in fact contract.
It's similar to this answer. That's the only thing that.
No, it's my study group. Where's your group?
Well, I guess it is a little different.
Hi. That's
Hi.
Yeah, in a second.
I guess it is different.
Just a little bit. Mm.
Discharge by breach. Breach of contract and international law. Anticipatory breach.
That'd be the reason for it.
You've sort of a good answer. Sort of. You'd have to figure out the breach though. I just happened to turn to the page on breaches. And there is such thing as an anticipated breach.
Did you scroll up to the question again? Okay.
Quasi-contract. There's no agreement, no meeting of the mind. Bilateral versus unilateral. Hold on.
Is there?
You could say that this is hold on. There's a contract and an act by another. Mm-hmm. Enforceable. Could you say something about the? No, that doesn't. I was going to say voiding the contract. Or this agreement would be held up, could be held up in court if the written agreement was broken. You're talking about a breach. This is implied in the contract. Where did you go? Okay. Because she only agrees with legal itself. This is incorrect because there was a written agreement. Yep, got that. And maybe later on contract. You're looking for wrong answer, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Make sure you put the lid on it, please. Pardon? No, I'll get some later. Thank you for asking, though. What, pardon? Maybe. We'll see. Did you hang up your dress? On my bed? Okay, that's fine. Did you hang it up, though? Do we need to get some shoes to go with it? Okay. No.
It's all right. What are we thinking?
That's lied in law.
What's that?
There's a distinction enough in the book that if they really read the book, between two. Even if we said this is a quasi, this is a applied in law or quasi contract because of the written agreement that was made.
I guess that would be a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so
something like that.
So want me to do it for wrong answer number 3?
Yeah, I think that'd be good enough to differentiate.
It's Q-U-A-Z-I, right?
Yeah, Q-U-A-S-I. S-I.
S-I, okay. Because there was a written agreement. Good, and then we should say quasi-contracts have no written agreement.
Yeah. Quasi-contract created by the operation of law, a court implies. Yeah. There's no agreement, no meeting of the minds.
What?
Based on the manual, it says there's no agreement, no meeting of the minds. Like a, yeah, like I said, a mutual, what do I say? Mutual consideration.
How's that?
Yep.
We go with that?
Yep.
All right.
That looks good.
Cool.
Was there something else we're supposed to be working on that's coming up soon?
When are we doing? When is our group in charge of the presentation?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Let me look.
Isn't it June? Beginning of June?
Don't tell me that.
Is our deadline? Hold on. I thought it was coming up like in week 5 we have to start it.
Well, that wouldn't be June. That's just a couple weeks away, right?
I know, but Ola was saying something, I thought. I'll go back and have a look.
Where we find that list.
Okay, so where is the individual submission, group weekly study assignment?
Aren't there two every week that are doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also do 2.
Are we supposed to have a weekly study group
Through-
assignment? Or
Yeah,
is
like
that
what are we
do
actually
now?
presenting?
Oh, get it. No idea. Hold on. Where's that one? Group, weekly, group presentation. Yep.
Were you able to find it?
Hold on. And then another something.
Hey,
when
are your dates off on iLearn for the weeks or no? Is it just mine?
No, mine's off.
Okay. I was like, oh, mine are way off. I just wanted to make sure.
You can have 2 of those. Don't eat anymore. No, don't go eat those there. Please. Hold on, let me get on the right week. Group case presentation. Unit 2 study guide. Hold on.
Hey. Go on your buddy. Hey, buddy, you can meet me. I'll be out in a second, okay?
Template for group assignments. Do you guys need the template for the group assignments?
What's that?
Hold on. No, that's not it. What I want.
also we
50, you sound like you're
Darth Vader.
11 thing
June what?
first presentations due.
What was that, Spencer?
June.
June. It's next week.
I can't hear him.
Where did you find that? Bye-bye.
Did he say next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you click on the case in presentation.
Group case presentations?
Is that in week 4? Hold on. Group. What's your group case presentation?
Yeah.
Are you looking at my screen right now still?
Hold on. Yeah, I see your screen. It's got
Right
the
here. Is it the right place, Spencer?
Google Docs on it. I don't see you. I don't see it, Mike.
It's not the group case presentations?
I don't see it on the screen. I see you've got Google Docs on
It's
there.
the
Oh, you see Google Docs still? Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
Acumas.
All right, let me try this one. Screen share.
Group 4.
It's not on this one? You said week 5, right, Spencer?
Yeah, first week 5, and then I think our next one is due.
Right here.
Yeah.
Let me see again.
Sorry.
11.
Week 11.
We're week 11.
So we don't have anything. We don't have any. We don't have to do a presentation until week 11.
We're week 5.
Week
What
5
week?
and 11. Spencer, your microphone's breaking up.
Nana, you need to wait till we have friends, please.
I can't hear you, Spencer. Oh, he left. Now he's joined
So I
again.
will say 5 and week 11.
So week 5
Yeah.
and 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And week 5 is next week.
So we need to meet again to get something together.
Either that or we try and just meet longer on Wednesday. I think it's 2 on Thursday. But either way, I'm fine. Again, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I think we got to try and I think we should maybe try meeting like Monday or Tuesday of next week, just in case if we don't get it done. I don't want to, just have a long meeting Wednesday and be stuck with it being due the next day.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
are we meeting tomorrow?
I don't see the need to.
I think we should meet.
To do our assignments for the presentation. Because don't we have to go review the case law for it, the case, and then present it?
Yeah. I think the first thing is we all gotta read it, so we're all like 100% prepared, so we can just throw it all together real quick.
In what format do you
I
want
think
me to throw it together?
Just put it in
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint. Should be fine.
Oh.
Why don't we plan on meeting on? Can we all meet on like Monday night later or Tuesday night next week?
I thought it's too
That should
early
work
for
for
that.
me.
I guess we can dump our ideas on Google Docs and then check it through the week by then, so we can throw something together instead of scrambling, because it's not always a good idea. I think it's a good idea to read it
Yeah.
and then put our ideas out on the Google Docs and send it
Yeah.
email and when you post
So I
it
think that's,
or check.
we'll go ahead and read it, get all prepared, and then kind of communicate when we want to meet on Monday.
Okay.
And then if you have anything in the interim, just throw it on. Do you want me to make a new Google Doc and send the link out? Or what?
All right, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Michelle, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Okay, so we need a new Google Doc so that we can use that to formulate our ideas for the case study that we're going to do a presentation on. No! Sorry. 6-year-old. This is not good. Yeah, and I'll just email it out.
Okay.
And
All right,
is there a component in the group study that we have to post it who attended?
I'll submit it right now,
Okay.
but I need Spencer. If you could just email me or shoot me over the link when you're done, that'd be great.
Yeah, once that's the recording, I'll send it over to you.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I think we're done, yeah?
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, we're done. Thank you.
Cool. Have a good night. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
No problem. See ya.